Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Curly K. I'm here today to bring you All Americans review for season 5, episode 10, called O.P.P. I got so many things to say. I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize in advance for my video being long because I'm gonna start with Preach first. Okay, so I'm glad to see Preach back on screen because I felt like All American had kind of just dropped Preach's storyline off because they seem to like alternate between him and Patience, and I don't like that because him and Patience were, to me, on the show more before, Coop got out of her predicament and Patience and Coop broke up. But Coop is still trying to fight for Amina. Amina's grandparents still have her in custody. And so basically Coop, with her taking this law class at GAU, she is now learning about law and how to formally, attack the system in terms of helping Preach. And of course, for the last couple of episodes, Preach has been at Crenshaw helping Billy because Billy needed help since he, when he started the job as principal at Crenshaw High. And so initially he went to Billy to ask Billy for help, and Billy was like, I just put in my resignation, so I don't know if there's anything I could do. And so basically Preach tried to take matters into his own hands, and he's, was going to do a drop-off just to get some extra cash because, Coop told him that, the apartment he lives in is not the best, and that Mina's grandparents would be willing to do whatever it is to keep her. So he was just like, I need a full-time job. I need a place. All in all, Billy ended up coming through for Preach. Preach is now a full-time English teacher at the school because he did receive 2 degrees while he was incarcerated. And now he feels like he's in a better place, to fight for his daughter. So I'm all for Preach doing that because he said that he lost enough time, not being in Amina's life because her mom kept him a secret. It's just crazy that Preach never got her tested. Well, at least not on the show that we saw on screen. That he got Amina tested to even prove that was his daughter. But nonetheless, I'm happy for Preach, being there for Amina and want to fight for his rights as a parent because, he's within his rights to fight for her. Layla and Clay fighting over Keating Records. I feel like this whole Keating Records thing is a slippery slope for Layla because I feel like Clay did come and make amends with her, but I feel like there was some motive behind it. And I don't know. I just feel like it's more behind that story. I'm not going to sit here and try to guess on what I think is going to happen because I don't know. But I just feel like it's more to it. It's more to Layla and Clay because she did dead things with them, but I just feel like it's more because I feel like his feelings for her were more involved, and I don't feel like he's done because he definitely was doing all that stuff to be vindictive for sure. So I just don't feel like it's done. Jordan being there for Layla, I just keeping their relationship a secret at this point. I don't know what's the point because JJ knows, Spencer knows, Alicia knows now. Not Alicia, Denise knows. I just don't see the point in them having a relationship anymore. I understand about them protecting their feelings and everything like that, but at this point, like, they've been sneaking and going back and forth for a while now, so I just don't see the purpose anymore, honestly. Like, Spencer is with somebody, Asher is with somebody, and I just don't see the purpose anymore. And Asher and Spencer, those are her 2 exes, and Spencer didn't get mad, and I don't think that Asher would get mad because Spencer dated Layla after she dated Asher. So I don't really see the purpose in that. Also, sorry y'all, somebody's walking by. You know, people get weird when you in the car. I don't want them to be all in here figure out I'm recording. But anyway. So I did preach. Jamie. Okay, we finally get to see Jamie. I feel like they kind of dropped the ball a little bit with Jamie's storyline because I feel like since Jamie had lupus, that would have been a good way to bring awareness to lupus. My maternal grandmother actually passed away from lupus and lupus complications. So I feel like, with them discussing that she was in the hospital and having inflammation in her lungs, which is, that's like one of the symptoms of whatever, because lupus is an autoimmune disease that attacks different forms of your body. It can essentially shut down your whole body. And the fact that it was attacking her lungs, that could have like restricted her breathing. And so they probably put her on some kind of steroid to help, fight the inflammation, which is what she said. But still, like, and then the fact she said that she would have to soon go back to work because her insurance didn't cover everything. It's just a lot of things, like as Americans that go on in people's lives, especially when it comes to receiving medical help. Lupus is autoimmune disease. It's nothing, that she could have done to avoid her having lupus. So I feel like, that could have been a good segment. I also was a little bit disappointed with All American simply in this whole lupus story, simply because like we didn't see her for 2 episodes. So I think it was a whole full 2 episodes. We didn't see her, on screen. We didn't see Asher visit her in the hospital, and all of a sudden she comes back well, and then they have this auction to bid off dates so that they can help her. It was nice that they all did that though. Honestly, like in the grand scheme of things, it was nice that they decided to come together to help her out. But I don't know. She seemed thankful to Asher, but the way she looked at him a little bit, I don't know. I don't know if she felt the most comfortable with it. But at the same time, she's able to pay off some of her debts. So all in all, I was happy for that because I do like Jamie. I do like the transformation that has happened with Asher on screen. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Now, let's get to the nitty gritty. Spencer and Olivia. And this is the part that I may speak a lot on because I feel some ways about this whole situation with Spencer and Liv. Okay. One, I did trash Spencer last week. We're going to go back to the whole currency conversation because I'm just going to continue to use that metaphor because it's just valid. Okay, Spencer, I did trash Spencer last week because his decision to enter a relationship with Alicia, even though he was in emotional debt, was very emotionally irresponsible because she decided to be open with Spencer, and then he told her that he was not ready. There was no way that he was ready to enter into a relationship because he is still very much so in love with Liv. The thing of the matter about all that is that actually both Liv and Spencer were both emotionally irresponsible. The only difference is Liv didn't have anybody that she entered a relationship with, which was smart on her part because she still knew that she had feelings for him. But it's just the fact that like she knows Spencer, she's been friends with Spencer for a while. She's been around him for years actually, and she should have known that she was able to be honest with Spencer in the beginning. It wasn't until she saw Spencer with Alicia and now knows that she's his girlfriend, where she was ready to finally admit, like, she's ready to have a relationship with him. Now, it's not fair to Alicia because she kind of played Mean Girl Liv, which honestly, like, if you want to be real, she don't really owe Alicia nothing because her and Alicia are not friends. But just after the simple fact that, like, you are a woman who was in love and in a relationship, she's now in a relationship, and she really likes Spencer. She decided to drop all them dumb rules that she had. You know, Spencer, she really likes Spencer. Now, mind you, Alicia did ignore a lot of red flags, but at the same time, a lot of people ignore a lot of red flags when it comes to people they date because they like who they like and they feel like, why not take the chance? At the end of the day, she's still a person. She's still a human. And I feel like it's irresponsible for Liv knowingly to go and chase after a man who technically is in a relationship with somebody else. That's just trifling. We already been down this road with her and Layla, and the fact that Layla sat there, I'm not going to say she endorsed it. I'm not going to say she encouraged it, but she did go along with it. And as her friend, she should have right then checked her about that because she knows she was on the receiving end of that triflingness that that Olivia did. Outside of that, outside of Layla should have, like I said, Layla just should have checked her. Layla should have checked her as a friend. Since y'all want to be best friends and want to have a powwow with each other and want to, do all that. Now, when, sometimes I just don't know why men be acting like they're oblivious, especially like when it comes to women like throwing themselves. Okay, let me just go throwing themselves because Alicia was like, Spencer, this is your ex. She was letting Spencer know that she was uncomfortable with the situation, but Spencer wasn't, I'm not going to say he wasn't picking up on the hints, but at this present time, he was not, it wasn't calculating for him. And so when she said, this is your ex, and she just not going to do all of this if it don't be more, you got to read in between the lines. He was like, no, it's for our friend Jamie. No. That ain't had nothing to do with Jamie. Olivia had a motive. She could clearly see Olivia had a motive. She saw Olivia looking at y'all multiple times, and you just gonna just disregard what she said. This is your girlfriend now. This is the person you chose. And you just disregard her feelings. And then you wasn't open to her. Like, she's trying to comfort you, and you just was like blocking her, turning her down. So then he goes to this record room with Olivia, and like, she's trying to get Spencer to release his anger or whatever like that, because Liv knows Spencer. She knows like he's upset, and she knows she's more familiar with on how to comfort him than Alicia is, because Spencer was fully vulnerable with Olivia. And so Spencer, not reading the room again, ends up saying, oh, well, I'm glad we're back to a place where we can finally be friends. Really, Spencer? Really? I don't know. I just feel like the writing, they're going to take us through this journey. We might as well just get over it because we already know what's going to happen. We already know the way this is going to go. They're going to write the tug of war scenes, with them going back and forth, making them unavailable for each other just to make the story juicy. But we all know where this is going. Spencer is going to end up breaking Alicia's heart, and he's going to end up being back with Liv. But Liv's going to have to probably work for it on screen. Olivia now, back to Olivia, because I gotta throw her some more stones. She knew that Spencer was in a relationship, and she decided to tell Spencer right before his conversation with Billy that, oh, well, I should have been honest with you from the jump. I know how yesterday you said you don't like dishonesty. You always want people to be straightforward with you. And Spencer, you've never dimmed my light. Not even a little bit. I want you, I want us to be back together. Spencer has tried before Spencer has tried multiple times. We can't say Spencer is the villain. Did he do one thing that was emotionally irresponsible? Yes. But time and time again, he told Liv, I have not moved on. She's just somebody I'm entertaining. Because at the time, Alicia even told Spencer that he was someone she was entertaining. They was just having fun. Friends with benefits, no strings attached, even though she had thrown all her strings and pretty much tried to sew Spencer up. But, you know, she said she was having fun, no strings attached, whatever. So, he was like, I haven't moved on. What about us? They even had a backseat moment where they did a double backseat and they had an entanglement. He even told her then, she was like, this was closure. All this, so you to put that out there, Liv. Like, I could see, like, if y'all was taking y'all time with each other and you didn't want to jump back into a relationship soon, but y'all started back dating, you know, to work your way back up to being in a relationship, you know, even after the little breakup y'all had. But that's not the road that you want to travel down. You want to close the door fully. So you can't close the door fully on somebody knowing that they love you and then not expect them to try to move on even though they still love you. Because a lot of people exit relationships, they still love a person, and then they enter a new person, and then they still trying to sort their feelings out with that person. I mean, like I said, that's emotionally irresponsible on Spencer's behalf. But Spencer did put himself out there multiple times for Liv. And for Liv to go ahead and try to play with his heart like that while knowing he's in a relationship with somebody else is not fair. Because then again, you're putting him in a sticky situation. I can see if Liv was in a relationship with somebody else and they both were in sticky situations like they were with Asher and Liv. But that's not the case this time. That's not the case this time. And so, here we are again. She had that boy stuck. He couldn't even hardly get himself together. Daniel Ezra played that part really well. Like, his stuck face, like, it was given. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. He played that well. He looked like he was lost for about 5 minutes until he started his conversation with Billy. Like, Liv knew what she was doing. I don't know why she had to drag Spencer through this. Now, I think that was trash writing on, like, All Americans' behalf, but we 10 episodes into the season, and we probably gonna get close to 20. So, I'm sure before this season is over with, Spencer is gonna break Alicia's heart. And if Spencer ain't with Liv by the end of season 5, in the beginning of season 6, they're gonna be getting back together. Hopefully, when All American writers decide to put Liv and Spencer back together, they're in a happy relationship. Liv knows how to balance herself and not be selfish, because she was very much selfish. Like, this whole breakup, the only reason why Spencer felt like he had to break up with Liv, because that's not what he wanted, but he felt like he was dimming her light because he felt like she couldn't accomplish her dreams, and he put all of that to the side. So now he's scrounging trying to get himself back together, all because of something that Liv did. And mind you, what the coach for JU was doing was wrong. But Liv didn't have to write that article. And now that the article is over with, we ain't even heard about nothing else she doing with the newspaper, the LA Times, the LA Tribune, whatever she was doing. We ain't even heard nothing about none of that. No way. So, like, it's just not adding up. And it doesn't, like, as a story, full out. And I'm sure once All American is done, everybody in this on streaming, everybody's going to go back and rewatch season 5 in order to, like, be up to grips with season 6. And, like, it was just lame. But, like, she didn't have to do that. She didn't have to do that at all. Not one bit. And even her trying to release it through an alias was still, I mean, it was smart, but it was still whack. Because I'm just like, you still affecting Jordan's future. You're still affecting Spencer's future. You're still affecting all the other football players' future. Okay, yeah, it would have been good for your future to put you out there as a writer, but you a freshman in college. You don't even got no real writing experience like that. Like, professional, like, formal writing experience. So, it was just lame to me. Like, it was lame all the way around. And, he put his everything he had going. He had fought for his spot. And that's the thing. Spencer had fought for his spot because he was struggling in the beginning of the football season because the coach didn't trust him. He didn't know him, and he didn't care to even give him a chance. But he fought for his spot, all for them to get to the bowl game, and then that come out. Like, it kind of, I guess, made it look like Spencer and Jordan's, fight was in vain because Jordan wasn't even on scholarship at that. He was a preferred walk-on. So, like, any chances of him trying to get a full scholarship, that messed everything up for him as well. And that's your own twin. That's your roommate. Your roommate. So, yeah. I don't know. I just think Liv is a very selfish character. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have Spencer and Liv be back together, but I know that's not what's going to happen for All-American. So, yeah, y'all. I think that's all I got to say for All-American episode season 10. This episode was good. All-American Homecoming was better. So yeah, y'all. Go ahead and check out my review of episode 10, season 2 of All-American Homecoming. That's already posted on my channel. Let me know what you thought about Olivia and Spencer and all that was going on this episode. I'll be back on Tuesday to give you my review of both All-American Homecoming and All-American. And deuces.